All right, we should be live. Can you all hear me? Let me know in the comments if the audio is coming through well. Let me know. We have some very serious updates to discuss as the war in Iran is hitting new levels as it continues to escalate. So let me check the chat, make sure you guys can all hear me. Sounds like you can. Perfect. We've already got some super chats in we'll get to. We have a lot of updates. We'll give everyone a moment to roll in here. As always, guys, make sure you like the video. We've got well over 1,000 people here just waiting to get in. We've only got 200 likes, so make sure you're liking the video. That's the best way for the truth to get out there. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. And as always, guys, please say a prayer in the chats and with your family for the U.S. troops that have died. They announced today more U.S. troops have been killed following the attack in Jordan. So we have a lot of big news to get into, and it is it's a rough situation, to put it as bluntly as I possibly can. So I want to see a lot of prayers in the chat, and I want to see a lot of American flags in the chat as we think about these heroes that are no longer with us, who gave their final act in this life, wearing the American flag and fighting for this nation. So we do have a couple super chats here that we're just going to get to right away as we let everyone roll in. So we got Robert Smith, $50. Thank you very much. That's a huge super chat. We'll probably start at $5 tonight. We'll see how it goes. Do you ever rest? Thanks for the intense updates, everyone. Let's pray for the families and the soldiers in the field. I'm a retired Army veteran. I know what it's like. Yes, we need to be praying and keeping those people in our thoughts. Ed, do I rest? I think I might be getting a little bit sick now, actually. I probably should rest a little bit more, but if the people over there taking care of business aren't resting, if the people executing the orders can show up to work every day without a break, then I can do the same, delivering the news so that you guys all know what's going on. Thank you very much for the huge super chat. We got Eagles fan Clark for $5. Pray for the fallen and avenge their sacrifices with overwhelming and swift force. I hope Trump was serious about that pickaxe mountain comment. So thank you very much, Eagles fan Clark. We are going to avenge them. And we're going to get into what we are doing, the updates. But first, I want to put this on the screen for everyone. We're going to start with the announcement of more loss of life of U.S. soldiers. So yesterday, we knew initially it was reported there were a couple injuries. Then CENTCOM later came out and announced, and we covered this in the videos yesterday, that a pair of two U.S. soldiers had been killed and another one was missing. Well, now we know that a total of 4 U.S. soldiers have been killed, 3 in Jordan, 1 in Iraq, and I believe that now brings the death toll up to 16 or 17. So I'm going to read you this from CENTCOM. It says, yesterday, U.S. Central Command announced the passing of 2 U.S. service members and the missing status of the one in Jordan following an Iranian attack on July 17th. After a thorough search, U.S. military personnel found unidentified remains at the location earlier today. So they took a direct ballistic missile strike on the area I believe they were sleeping in. I think they actually took 2 direct missile strikes, so they knew 2 people were dead. They could not find the remains of the third person that was supposed to be there. So they said for the time being, he's listed as missing in action. Now they know they've recovered the body and he is dead. It says an examination process to verify the remains is ongoing. Separately, a U.S. service member in northern Iraq was killed July 18th during the controlled detonation of an unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian one-way attack drone. A second service member was wounded and continues to receive medical treatment for a minor injury. CENTCOM is withholding additional information, including the identities of the missing and fallen warriors, out of respect for the families during the notification process. So we now have 4 Americans that we lost from Friday to today. We lost 3 on, I guess, depending on where you are in the world, it would be either late Friday night or early Saturday morning. So we lost 3. They, again, were in their sleeping area, I believe, and multiple direct missile hits, which made finding the remains of the third one rather difficult. But they have now found the remains, and we can, unfortunately, announce to the country that 3 of our great heroes in Jordan are no longer with us, and a 4th in Iraq, killed during the detonation of a downed Iranian Shahed one-way attack drone. So I want to just stress to everybody the gravity of this situation. I want to stress to everybody the tragic sense of sadness I think many of us are feeling right now. I've talked about this before. I'll say it again. And I know we like to come in here with a little more energy, but we've got 4 dead American heroes in one weekend. And that is something that is going to make the families' lives, the friends' lives, they will never be the same. This is the sacrifice of freedom. This is the sacrifice of what it means to be an American. And this is what our brave service members are called to do when they deploy to fight the enemy. So we will be keeping, we do not know their names. They have not released their names because they have to go through the process of notifying the family. We will be keeping them in our thoughts. I would ask all of you to pray for them, pray for their families, pray for their friends, pray for their souls. They're with God now, and it's just heartbreaking. It's brutal that we lost 4 people in one weekend. On that note, the big news, and I'm going to put this up on the screen here. Now, we are going to talk about the Iran invasion plans. There are some reports that Iran is going to try to invade Bahrain or Kuwait and take U.S. soldiers hostage. We'll get into that. But first, the Iranians were building a new secret nuke facility in Iran. The world pretty much, or most of the world, just found out about that today. It was the Dark Hoven. So I think they had like a civilian above ground area, but they were building a more secretive enrichment facility, just like Pickaxe Mountain. Pickaxe Mountain, of course, is a little bit to the north of Natanz. That is where President Trump says we are going to blow up Pickaxe Mountain. It is another undeclared nuke facility with the highly enriched uranium, with the centrifuges. Well, they were building another one at Darkhoven, and it was bombed today by the United States government. It was bombed. So it was not active. We have no evidence that they had nukes or nuke material there. In fact, the IAEA says they do not think they'd gotten to that point. But what we're doing here is we're not going to let them get to that point, right? We're not going to, we found out they were building this thing. So what did we go in and do? We blew it up. We blew it up before they could get it online and active. We're proactively hunting these targets down. Now, this one, Darkhoven, was not under a mountain like Pickaxe Mountain is. Blowing up Pickaxe Mountain is going to be a lot more difficult than this one. So for those of you who want to know where this is, I will pull it up, the general area. Give me 1 second. I'll put it on the screen for you. Got to pull it up. So this is the general area of where the facility was being built. The secret elements of the facility were being built. And if we zoom out so you guys can see where it is, it's kind of by the Iraqi border right there in the south. Well, it's right at the north of the Persian Gulf. So it's on the Iraqi border. This is where they were building their secret nuke facility. And the United States military went in with heavy bombs, fighter jets, and annihilated that nuke facility to guarantee that we are not, or that they are not able to build nukes there. So we got a lot of updates to get into. We do have some super chats. We'll bang out some more right now. We got TL Billings, a new member. We got 5,000 people watching this right now. If you're just joining us, make sure you like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the page. That is how we get the truth out there. Most people in the media are not going to tell you the truth about what is going on in this war. They're just going to push their narratives, their falsehoods, whatever is going to get them attention. This is the one place you can find what is really going on. I'm going to show you both sides of what's going on. I love America. I want to see us win this war, but I'm also going to tell you when things have gone wrong, and there's no one else out there who will. So thank you very much for joining the membership. We got Slugworth 8111. It's time. 07. No mercy for Iran. Make them pay. Prayers for all our fallen troops and their families. God bless our troops, and God bless the USA. Flag emojis with the prayers. That's 100% correct. There's no time for mercy. They just killed 4 of our people. in one weekend. We lost 4 people in one weekend. And if that's not enough to motivate people to go in and smash the Iranian regime, I simply do not know what is. They are a problem, they are a threat, and they must be eliminated. It is that simple to me. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need to win this war. And in fact, I'm going to do a poll right now. Give me 1 second. So I'm asking you guys, how do you want to see us avenge our fallen? We just put the poll in right now. We just put the poll up right now. So I want to see what your guys' thoughts are. Get active in the comments. We've got Benjamin Davidson. The more Americans they take out, the more bombs we drop, right? You think it's going to ramp up even more. Great coverage. God bless you and our troops. It is going to ramp up more. It's going to ramp up a lot more. And we're going to get into that in the show as we lay out the evidence of what is going on. We lay out the very quiet but very significant troop buildup in the region. It is going to escalate. We are pushing towards total escalation. Reports coming out today that Trump wants to greatly broaden the war. And I don't blame him. Again, we just lost American heroes. We have American heroes who are no longer here with us, who were killed in brutal and violent fashion. We must avenge them, and we should do it with overwhelming power and overwhelming military force, so everyone around the world watching knows that when you kill Americans, we will come kill you in return. We will hunt you to the ends of the earth. I believe, what does Pete Hegseth always say? We will find you and we will kill you. And that's how I feel about it. The fact you're watching the show tells me that many of you probably feel the exact same way about it as well. So yes, we're going to get into the buildup, and there's some significant buildups going on. All right, prayers for our lost heroes and their families. Vietnam War veteran. That's Bob Windham for $10. Well, thank you very much for your service. We always cheer to the veterans on this channel. I had a couple family members that fought in Vietnam as well. All right, we got Eric Mack for $5. LaGrange GA, what's the red line to use nukes? China and Russia are helping Iran kill U.S. soldiers. Will Trump go all the way? I don't think we're going to need to use nukes. I mean, we can't rule anything out, but I don't think we're going to have to use nukes, because we don't want to set the precedent for the likes of Russia, China, North Korea to use nukes as well. And if we drop one on Iran, Russia will drop one on Ukraine. All right, so let's talk about the troop buildup, because we have some big news coming up. The B-52s, and I see we have more super chats. I haven't gotten to them all yet. I will get back to them. The B-52s are being deployed right now. More B-52s are being deployed. Long-range strategic bombers are being deployed to a staging area in England to conduct around-the-clock strikes. So when everyone's like, do you think it's going to escalate? Do you think that this situation is going to get worse before it gets better? Is it going to get more violent before it gets less violent? Well, we're moving in B-52s. You don't move B-52s to a forward staging area unless you have every intention of using them. So the fact that B-52s have been moved tells me that we are absolutely going to do it. And it's not just the B-52s. Right now, in the last couple days, 24 F-16s, a dozen F-35s, and a dozen F-15s have also been moved into a forward staging area. So we had taken some planes out when it seemed like this was starting to turn down. Okay, hold on. We've got, the U.S. has announced literally minutes ago, CENTCOM announces the strikes are underway. CENTCOM began conducting a new wave of strikes against Iran at 7 p.m. Eastern today for the 9th consecutive night. The strikes will continue degrading Iranian military capabilities used to attack commercial vessels and civilian mariners transiting the Strait of Hormuz. So this is breaking news. Minutes ago, U.S. warplanes have entered over Iran, and they are hitting more targets at this moment. Okay, we have multiple blasts. Mashar has been hit. I repeat, Mashar has been hit. So at this moment, for those of you just joining us minutes ago, the U.S. military announcing our warplanes have entered the skies of Iran and the bombings are underway. All right, we have explosions in Tabriz. So we have explosions now in Mashhad, Tabriz, multiple impact locations as the United States, our military is unleashing. And again, keep your super chat. We're up to 7,000 viewers. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. Get your super chats in. I'll get to them when we get through the blast of what we know. All right, we've got a fourth blast location. Khorramabad has been hit. So in the past couple of minutes, the United States Navy, the U.S. Air Force, literally live while we are on here, has launched a massive wave of strikes, announcing it to the world that we have multiple targets being flattened at this hour. And it also appears Iran has launched ballistic missiles. So we have 3 missiles are in the air from Khomeini Markazi province, Iran. So U.S. fighter jets have entered into Iran, and we are hitting them across the country, and Iran responding with ballistic missile strikes of their own. We do not know where these missiles are going, if they've been intercepted or anything. And at the same time, this coming in now, Kuwaiti air defenses are intercepting drones in Kuwait. So Iran has launched on Kuwait as U.S. warplanes bear down on the country. All right, we have footage. We have footage of U.S. missiles in the air. This is a U.S. missile launch headed. It is fired from Kuwait, headed towards Iran. Let's watch. There it is. It's in slow motion. That is likely what's it called? Oh my God, a HIMAR or an ATACMS. So U.S. missiles are now also in the air. Footage. A second missile is up right here. Second missile is up. So we are targeting them from Kuwait at this moment. Give me 1 second. I'm making sure that we got everything we need. So we right now have missiles in the air. Our missiles are on the way to Iran. Blasts are underway. Yes, we have multiple missile launches. It is HIMARS. So we have multiple missiles that are up. The HIMARS are firing. And that reminds me, we have I want to show you this video if I can find it. Hold on 1 second. Stay with me. Hold tight. Hold tight. This is footage from yesterday. It could be the ATACMS, but this is what the footage looked like when we unleashed our missiles. This coming from an undisclosed location, launching missiles into Iran. Let's watch.
No one's supposed to fire.
Here they are. So right now, U.S. strikes are underway in Iran, happening in real time. In real time right now, U.S. fighter jets, and we have footage of the impact. We have footage of the bombs being dropped by the U.S. fighter jets. This is in Tabriz. It looks like the sky is almost glowing. Right there. Those are the impacts. Multiple. Oh, listen to that explosion. We are hitting the Iranian regime incredibly hard at this hour in real time. I didn't even know how much shooting would be going on when we were doing this live stream. Well, we now have the answer as the U.S. is unleashing across Iran. And I also want to touch on this. Then we're going to get back to some super chats. So I have been asking around about this. I've been talking to people about this. One of the things there's a concern of, and one of the things Iran is shown signs of planning to do, and they have openly said they're going to do, is a ground incursion into Kuwait to try to kidnap and or kill U.S. service members. So it says right here, Iran is seriously considering a ground incursion into Kuwait to seize U.S. military bases, including Camp Burin and either Camp Arishan or Ali al-Salam Air Base if Washington continues its military campaign against Tehran, according to prominent Iranian journalist and analyst. I can't pronounce that guy's name. So right now, the fear is they could go into Kuwait, snatch up a bunch of U.S. soldiers, take them back to Iran, and use them as a bargaining chip in negotiations, or they could straight up execute them. They could execute the U.S. soldiers on camera, drag their bodies through the street like we've seen happen before. What I would say is if the Iranian soldiers who are tasked with that operation value their life and value coming home at the end of the day, don't do it. Because the troops we got over there, without getting into specifics or anything like that, the troops they're going to run into, it'll be a buzzsaw. They will melt those Iranian soldiers, those IRGC commandos to the ground. To the ground. I guarantee it. The people that are in that area are the best of the best of the best of the best. And they are ready to rock and roll at a moment's notice. So this is something we are going to continue to monitor as we look to see whether or not they're stupid enough to try this. And for those of you who don't know, they tried a ground incursion into Kuwait in the early days of the war. A small IRGC commando team tried to get into Kuwait, sneak into Kuwait, and they all got killed. I think one might have been captured alive, but they got absolutely blown out. Blown out. And I don't even think it was U.S. soldiers who killed them. I think it was mostly Kuwaiti soldiers who killed them. So they couldn't even beat Kuwaiti soldiers in a gunfight. What do they think they're going to do against U.S. soldiers? They won't make it out alive. I guarantee you that much. All right, we've got also, this is the footage. I do want to show this just in case you guys hadn't seen it yet. This is the footage of one of the strikes in Jordan that is believed to have caused the deaths of our brave heroes. It is horrifying, the impact of these missiles. I mean, look at that. Look at that impact here. It's absolutely terrifying what is going on. But all right, we're going to bang out some more super chats here. We got Stephen Beck for $10. No message. Thank you very much, Stephen. We got Stephen Bandville, $10. Those soldiers pay the ultimate sacrifice for freedom, and God bless our troops in the USA. I couldn't agree more. I agree 100%. 100%, and we will keep their families in our memories, in our thoughts. We'll keep them in our, the fallen heroes, we'll keep them in our thoughts, in our memories. We can never repay these people. All we can do is keep their memories and legacies alive. That is the bare minimum that can be expected of us, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And so thank you very much. Also, guys, you guys have been amazing sending me information, sending me tips. Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Give me a follow on both. And if you have any information that you think I should know or you want me to look into, reach out right there. If you want to share it over Signal because you're worried, I will give you my Signal address and then we can talk there. But you guys have been amazing with the information you have been sharing. All right, we got Steffi for $5. Prior military chaplain, massive praying, millions on their knees for our war fighters. That is right. Say a prayer tonight. Hug your kids. Tell the people that you care about in your life that you love them, because you don't know when it could be over. And we need a lot of praying right now. This country needs a lot of praying right now, and our brave heroes need a lot of praying. We got Rusty Dangler. Prayers for my daughter. She's on the Bush, the aircraft carrier, HSM-46, the Night Dippers. She works on the Sikorsky SH-60 Seahawks. Well, cheers and prayers to your daughter. She sounds like an absolute badass. Working on helicopters sounds like a really, really, really cool job. So we'll keep her in our thoughts. Fortunately, an aircraft carrier is probably the safest place you can be right now with the missiles flying. We got Joe Durham for $20. Thank you very much. Just saying thank you for everything you do. And I want to tell everyone watching this, thank you guys for everything you do. I would not be able to do this if it weren't for all of you. You guys are just as much a part of this as I am. So you got probably a bigger part if we're being totally honest. So thank you very much for spending time with me, watching my videos. We get to have a back and forth conversation as we go through this. And for those of you just joining us, U.S. warplanes are striking targets in Iran at this moment. So we are going to watch in real time as the attacks unfold. And we got Patty Masters 12th man for $20. Thank you very much. I totally agree that we should not have let off the gas. Do you think we should shoot down planes coming from China or Russia? Do you think they have helped Iran? God bless our soldiers. Let's show our power. Thanks for all. They are 100% helping Iran. 100%. Russia and China are supplying Iran with shoulder-fired missiles to shoot at our planes. They're supplying them with other sophisticated air defense systems. Most importantly, they're both supplying them with the satellite data to have coordinated, targeted strikes with their ballistic missiles to kill our soldiers. China and Russia right now have American blood on their hands. And when it comes to shooting down the planes, you guys know on the show, we've watched it together. When it comes to shooting down the planes coming in from Russia and China, I think we just crater the runways. Don't even let them land. Anywhere that plane's going, just blow up the runway. Don't even let it land. And that way you don't have to worry about, because make no mistake, I guarantee you the Russians and Chinese have stuffed some civilians on at least some of these flights so that if we do shoot them down, they can accuse us of murder. Right? So we should crater the runways. It should be closed airspace. If it's an Iranian jet, we just shoot it down. If it's an Iranian fighter jet, shoot it down. Crater the runways. No plane should be allowed to get in or out of Iran at this hour. All right, Tommy, prayers for the families of fallen. Keep hitting them till they don't have a single weapon to fire. Well said. Well said. We got Keegan Blakemore. We need to find out who is really running the show behind the scenes and handle them as necessary. Yeah, it's the IRGC. It's the IRGC, and that is actually a great segue. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. So this is coming. The Saudis, I'm going to put this on the screen. The Saudis are reporting that the new supreme leader, I'm going to adjust my chair actually. All right. Let me know if the mic's still in a good position and you can hear me. The Saudis are reporting today that Moshe Khamenei, the new supreme leader, is likely not in the country. The Saudis believe he is out of the country. And where would he be? Could be in Russia getting medical treatment. And that's if this guy is even alive to begin with. That is if this guy is alive to begin with. Which we don't really know that. We don't know that. And this report, I have been one of the few people in the media who has said consistently, there is no evidence this guy is alive. Do we have a person causing problems in the chat? Who's causing problems in the chat? If the sniper's got to come out, is Samuel Senek, is that who it is? See you later. You just got sniped. You just got sniped. You're never coming back. So back to the supreme leader. We have no evidence this guy's alive. There's not been one video. There's not been one audio recording. And now there's just written statements. Well, anyone can write a statement. What we know is the IRGC is running the country. That's what we know. Show us a photo of the guy. Show us a photo of him in bed. Healing up from the bombing. If he's alive, show us a photo of him. But they won't even do that. And now the Saudis are saying he is not in the country, which would mean he likely would be in Russia. And at the early days of the war, there was also reporting that he could be in Russia. So great super chat, Keegan. Gave us the opportunity to talk about the supreme leader. We got Lyle Peterson. We're at a point where unconditional surrender is not enough. We need to handle the same way we did in Japan, put in a leader we want, write their constitution. Let's roll. Well, I like the energy. I like the idea. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know if people are going to be down for the ground. I mean, if we do that, it's going to take serious ground commitment. And that could lead to a lot more American deaths, and that's a debate that we should probably have. But yeah, the IRGC, I'll make my stance perfectly clear. And I know that people are like, don't say too much. It's dangerous. These are radical fanatics. They could come for you. We know about the kill list. Trump's talked about the kill list. We know multiple people in the media are on the kill list, right? I don't care. I'm going to tell you all the truth. The IRGC needs to be crushed. And until it's crushed, the job is not done. So take them all out. Take them all out by any means necessary. And then let the good people of Iran rise up and take their country back, a beautiful country that has been stolen from them. That is what we need to do. And hopefully that is what happens. Lyle, thank you very much for the big super chat. Flights currently inbound to Tehran from Hong Kong. Let me check. We are checking. All right, so there's actually, I'm going to put this up on the screen right now. We actually have a couple flights coming in. This is a flight inbound from China. So it looks like there's two planes airborne over Iran. One is coming from China bound for Tehran. The other one is coming from Iran, I believe is how that's pronounced. So again, crater the runways. What are we waiting for? Crater the runways. Do not let these planes coming in from China land. John Vito, you need to mod your chat, brother. Yeah, I know, I do. If you guys see someone that's causing real problems, let me know, and I will take care of them. I'll snipe them so fast, they won't even know what hit them. They won't even know what hit them. But yeah, I need to work on getting a moderator, and I will. It's on my list of things to do. There's a fan of the show who's offered to help. I'm going to reach out to him and figure out if we can get that done. All right, we got KWNY Upstate, New York Upstate. We have these long wars which aren't always efficient because we don't hit power plants in the oil industry, which could end the war in days. Well, we have hit 2 power plants in Iran so far, and we've hit a bunch of bridges, like 10 bridges at this point. Now, there's a lot more we could be doing. A lot more we could be doing. And I think Trump is making it clear that he is leaning heavily towards doing that. And so, yeah, I mean, you got to fight to win. You got to fight to win, and you got to win as fast as you can. We got Jeremiah Jarrett. I pray for our soldiers in action. I always love our military. My father was an F-15C pilot and served in Desert Storm. Well, cheers to your father. Fighter jet pilots, badass. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Yes, pray for our soldiers. Daniel Fischel, why is the focus not on taking out the leaders of the IRGC? I believe that special forces will be in Iran soon, ready to take out what they need to. Well, the IRGC, like the rats that they are, the terrorist criminal organization that they are, they've gone largely underground. They're moving between the tunnel systems in the mountains. They're hiding in bunkers. What is the main guy's name? Vahid, I believe is how it's pronounced. He knows that if he pops his head up, that he's just going to get taken out immediately. So they're coordinating with the courier system. That's allegedly how the leadership is communicating, not directly, not over anything that can be intercepted with signals intelligence, but the courier system, which is the same way that UBL, that bin Laden also did. So we need to take them out. We need to take them out, hit their bunkers, all of them. Hit all of their bunkers. All right, total mistake stopping the bombs, but the plus side is more targets dug out. Yeah, it was a huge mistake. I'm going to end this poll now. It was a huge mistake, and it should never have happened, and it did happen, and now we allowed them to rearm, and we are now in the situation we're in, hitting them hard again. All right. I just say do the first album title for Metallica. Let Iran think they can invade Kuwait. The A-10s will have another thing coming when they squeeze their last load. Yeah. Can you imagine what's going to happen if a bunch of A-10s get cut loose on IRGC guys trying to invade Kuwait? It's going to be an absolute turkey shoot. It's going to be a turkey shoot. And that's not even counting the guys on the ground. All right. We've got more ballistic missile footage. Hold on. We have multiple ballistic missiles that appear to be airborne. I'm going to play this for you all right now. You can see the missile in the sky right there. So missiles are up, and then right here, another look at the missiles as they continue. So Iran is unleashing missiles at this hour as the war continues to rage on. And then this footage, this is from when we were being attacked in Iraq, where one of our guys died. So again, we had a guy die in Iraq. These were the C-Rams intercepting the drones. Let's watch. And then right here, you can see the C-Ram right there coming up into the sky. And this is the look at the damage following a direct impact in one or debris, I should say. All right, we are looking as information is coming in. All right, the Iranians have opened fire. Their air defenses are roaring. Air defense activity in Konark in Iran is air defenses at this hour. They are shooting at our planes. They are shooting at our planes at this hour. Pray for our boys up in those planes. The Iranians unleashing anti-aircraft fire on our planes. They are likely would be the heavy gun, the heavy machine guns. We also have a new member. We got Lord Beerus. Thank you very much for joining. All the money goes back into the show to help make sure the news gets out there to the people who need to hear it. So right now, air defenses are roaring inside of Iran. They are attempting to shoot down. They're attempting to shoot down our fighter jets. So say a prayer for all the boys up in those planes right now, taking the fight to the enemy. All right, we got next up Nathan Jones for $10. How much longer before Israel is going to get back in the fight and help us finish the job? In the beginning of the war, they were chomping at the bit. What changed? Essentially, there are concerns. I've talked about this in previous episodes. There are concerns that their air defense stockpiles are so depleted that they could not withstand several barrages of Iranian missiles. We would have to divert assets to protect their skies, and we don't want to do that. So we've essentially told them to not get involved, to let us handle it for now until we wouldn't need to divert resources. How accurate that is, I don't know. That's what I was told by people who know way more than I do. And we knew that they were running low throughout the war. Prior to the ceasefire, my wife actually did some great reporting on that. I would encourage you guys to go read the piece about how they were down. Their advanced missile defense systems were running critically low. And Iran doesn't want to hit them and risk inviting a major retaliation. They just want to fight the United States right now. They don't want to fight Israel and the United States, but I would at the same time. But what I would say to that is, I don't care if Israel's air defenses are low. And in fact, we're going to do a poll here. We're going to do a new poll. Give me a second. All right, the new poll is, does Israel need to get back into the fight? I think they do. We went into this war as partners. Okay, well, if you have to take some missile hits, then you're just going to have to eat those missiles. But we need your fighter jets up there. We need skin in the game. So I am a little disappointed by the fact that they should be willing, in my opinion, whether their missile defenses are depleted or not. I don't care. That they need to get their planes up there and help us. All right, give me 1 second. We are getting a lot of super chats in, but we've got some big updates here. All right, we have more blast, more direct missile hits. More direct missile hits. We are hearing reports of more blast and Majar. So U.S. fighter jets are laying into them at this point. So we've got missiles in the air. We've got fighter jets in the air. We are rocking and rolling. I like to say the gloves are off. I think it's safe to say that there's no question the gloves are off. And this was the footage I will put on the screen for you all leading into today, this morning, of the U.S. from the previous wave of strikes. Look at the size of those bombs that they are loading up. Let's watch it. These are the cruise missiles. And then here you go, direct impact, direct strikes. They're hitting the mountain region where they're hiding their missiles. Massive explosions. That's a radar site, and it is gone. So massive explosions are underway. We've got Copperhead for $5. Can we use the Golden Dome over there? The Golden Dome is not operational yet, and its range would not extend all the way to Israel. The Golden Dome is meant to stop ICBMs from China and Russia coming over the poles, coming over the oceans, and blow them up in the atmosphere. So the Golden Dome would not, even if, and it's not even operational yet, hopefully it is sooner than later, but it would not have the range. It's not designed to take care of a country that's 7,000 miles away. So no, not an option at this time. All right, we got Okie Dokie for $10. If Trump does another ceasefire to work on another deal, a ton of Americans are going to lose our shit. Finish this shit and get it over with. Minimize collateral damage as much as possible. End this. I agree. No more ceasefires. No more negotiations. We need to win. And we need to win now. And we need to win fast. And we need to win hard. People were livid over the first ceasefire. And I took a lot of criticism on this channel. I told people this is stupid and it won't work and we shouldn't do it. We should finish the job. And a lot of people got very angry with me. And then I think over time, more people came to my way of thinking of, yeah, this is stupid. Let's go in there and knock them out and be done with it and win and then bring our boys home. So I agree with you 100%. If they call another ceasefire, you are going to see people melt down. And all it's going to do, all the ceasefire does is it lets Iran rebuild its capabilities, rearm. So no, there will be no ceasefires. There will be no negotiations. If we want to do this, we need to do it right. And that means taking them out. That means going in hard and taking them out wherever we can find they are. All right, we've got more strike footage. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll put it up on the screen for you. Breaking, U.S. Air Force jets carried out, hold on. U.S. Air Force jets carried out strikes against the ballistic missile base of the IRGC near Tabriz in northwestern Iran at 2:37 local time. Multiple explosions. 1 minute later, 3 or 4 more rapid explosions. So this is footage. You can see the burning. You can see the burning, the aftermath of the strikes. So we are knocking them out. And then right here, we have more footage. This is from Chabahar. It says fresh U.S. airstrikes have targeted Chabahar, Konarak. Right now, this is footage following the bomb. So you can see smoke in the air. You can hear an alarm going off. So this is in the aftermath. It's a little hard to see because it is night over there. But it does appear that these strikes are ongoing and they show no signs of slowing down. So the bombs are falling at this hour. I'm looking for updates as they're coming in. While we're doing that, we can bang out some more super chats. All right, hold on. We got Steve, Michelle, Hilliard. Do what Israel did with Ham, no mercy. Take out satellite China gave Iran so they could hit. Nothing before there was YT of before and after. Yeah, well, that's what the Chinese and the Russians are doing. They are, in our poll right now, 85% of you are voting that you want to see Israel get back in the fight, that you want to see Israel get back to work alongside us as this war continues to rage. So pretty much everyone wants to see Israel get back in the fight. Not on the sidelines, and maybe that's not the right way to even describe it, but that is how I feel that, yeah, no, we got in this together. You better go. We should, listen, China and Russia are going to help Iran. They're allies. We should do everything in our power to make sure that's not capable of happening. Crater the runways, blow up the rail lines, close down the airspace, and don't let any planes get anywhere near that country. We're going to put a chokehold around them, and we're going to squeeze them out. I think that's the best option on the table. More on Russia and China from General Excellence. Since Russia and China are helping Iran, what can we do to deter them? It's so frustrating. They are still flying planes into Iran and giving our soldiers positions away with satellite intel. There's nothing we can do to deter them unless we're going to, I guess, bomb them outright, which is not going to happen. So if they're going to try to send aid, no matter what, maybe there's a cyber attack capability we can do to mess with their satellites to stop them from giving precise targeting data. That would be an option, but it goes back to shut down the airspace and blow up any rail line that can get out of Iran and has a route eventually into Russia or China. Blow it up. Send in the cruise missiles and blow it up. Make it as difficult as possible for them. Because remember, during the ceasefire, early on in the ceasefire, we caught a Chinese ship delivering missile components to Iran for their ballistic missiles. It was raided by our military. And Trump even talked about how they found all this secret stuff on the ship. So, yes, whatever capabilities we have, whatever tools we have in our toolkit, we should 100% use in order to stop them from being able to do anything against us. Now, I do have to say we've got over 10,000 people watching. We've only got 4,500 likes on the video. If you're just joining us, make sure you smash the like button on the video and make sure you're subscribed to the page. It goes a long, long way getting the truth out there, the truth no one else has the guts to tell you. All right, we got James Mills, $10, a super sticker. Thank you very much. Mark Adolfo, I probably just butchered your last name, for $10. Do you think the U.S. will possibly use nukes or send troops into Iran, wipe them off the map? We've talked about the nukes. Maybe you missed it at the beginning of the show. I don't think we're going to use nukes. I do think we will take the islands with force, with boots on the ground. And I do think at some point, if they do not give up the uranium, I think you will see tier 1 operators, the Army Rangers, and a lot of air assets go in and try to raid Esfahan, which is where they have the highly enriched uranium, most of it, not all of it, but most of it, and try to take that out. And the other place that we talk about a lot is Pickaxe Mountain. And I'm going to go ahead and show this. I'm going to show this to you. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I just did that, but okay. I'm looking for, I got to make sure I got the right coordinates. And I'm going to show it to you, so stick with me here. This is the other site that we are going to almost certainly have to bomb. This, ladies and gentlemen, which you see on the screen right now, is Pickaxe Mountain. And Pickaxe Mountain, if we zoom out, is under this huge mountain range. There's Natanz right there. In Pickaxe Mountain, this is where they hide a lot of their centrifuges to enrich the uranium to build nukes. This massive mountain. But if you zoom in, you notice there's only a couple ways in right here. 2 of them from, I believe, this satellite photo. So I would just bomb the hell out of the entrances. And as Trump said, there's not a damn thing Iran can do about it. There's not a damn thing Iran can do about it. So pay attention to Pickaxe Mountain. We're going to do a poll right now. 85%. We're going to end the Israel poll. 85% of you voting that you want to see Israel back in the fight. All right, new poll. Should we bomb Pickaxe Mountain? So let me know. I'm going to be watching the poll results. 92% of you, 96% are voting yes, bomb Pickaxe Mountain. So that is it right there. All right, we got a lot of super chats coming in. My dad was a Corsair mechanic on a carrier headed for the invasion of Japan in 1945. The A-bomb saved his life. Yeah, the amount of U.S. casualties we would have had in an invasion of mainland Japan would have been catastrophic. I think some estimates put it as high as 1 million men. They're still using body bags and Purple Hearts that were made in World War II for the anticipated invasion of Japan in the year 2026. That is how bad they expected it to be. So, yes, you are 100% correct. We got Wayne Kennison. I believe I read the recent soldier death in Iraq was caused by a failed control detonation. It was. So the Shahed drone went down, didn't detonate, didn't blow up as intended. They tried to do a controlled detonation of it. Something went wrong, and an American got killed. So, yes, that is what happened. Patty Masters, 12th man for $10. Where are the missiles, drones coming from? We're bombing the crap out of IRGC, but they're still sending up missiles and drones. Can our sats detect these under the mountains? We can't detect them under the mountains. What we're doing is we're watching the mountains to see when they pop out and fire them, and then we put wherever they came from on the target list. But that is one of the big problems right now, is they're buried so far under those mountains. And remember, I told a lot of people on this show, Iran still has at least 1,000 missiles and probably 10,000 drones. And a lot of people said, you don't know what you're talking about. They've got no missiles left and very few drones left. Well, as we've seen from the past week, they've got plenty of them left, and they're hiding them in the underground missile cities and in the mountains. So they've got a lot. So what they're doing is called shoot and scoot. They pop them out of the mountain real quick. They fire them off, and they try to get the launchers back in the mountains before our fighter jets can hunt them down. So we got to keep our foot on the gas. But no, our satellites from under the mountain, if they're under the mountain, the satellite cannot penetrate and figure out how many are down there. We're watching the entrances and exits. We got James Mill, $10. No message attached. Thank you very much. You guys, I see a lot of you are talking about Pickaxe Mountain. So I'm glad to see we're starting a good debate. We got Scott Moore. I spent 18 months in Iraq, and the only thing they understand is force. I agree with you 100%, and they are learning that lesson right now. Right now. So right now, 95% of you want to see Pickaxe Mountain bombed. And I think we will. I think we will take it out. I think all signs point to us taking it out. 50 more 14 XL. This is GU American Wagyu. I believe you're talking about Dusty. You want a Dusty the Dog shirt in XL? Should we bring Dusty in to make his weekly appearance now? I believe you're talking about the Dusty the Dog shirt I wore the other night. I'll go get Dusty. We'll bring him in. Just stay with me. Then we're going to get back to the combat footage. Don't go anywhere. It's going to take me like a second to grab him. Dusty, hold on. What do we think? Do we think Dusty needs a treat here? I'll take the chat off. Dusty, do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Yeah, you want a treat. He's still got his American flag. Dusty, what do you want to say to everyone? We got 10,000 people watching you, Dusty. Oh, big yawn. Dusty, for those of you who might be watching us for the first time, is the show's mascot. I might do a shirt giveaway if you want a Dusty the Dog shirt. We'll figure out some kind of giveaway to get someone a Dusty the Dog shirt. Let me know in the live chat right now. Dusty, how you doing? It's just a boys' night. It's just the boys tonight. The wife is gone, and we're hanging out. Right, Dusty? All right. We're going to let Dusty go back to whatever it was he was doing. Oh, I don't think he wants to leave. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He's off to relax. To continue relaxing. Yeah, let's see some W's for Dusty in the chat. Dusty's a winner. Let's see some W's for Dusty in the chat. All right, there's a guy I need to snipe. J-Boy. What's J-Boy doing? Let me know in the chat. Where is he? Where is he? I think I found him. You guys let me know. What is he doing in the chat? I'm watching it coming in. I've got him. My sights are on him. Let me know what he's doing in the chat. Who's this J-Boy guy? Why are we about to snipe him? He's spamming? All right. The audience has voted. The audience has voted. He's gone. We're 2 for 2 tonight. We're 2 for 2. Took him out. We took him out. He's gone. Gone forever. Don't come in here and play those games. All right, let's check for updates as they're coming in. All right, we've got more footage. We've got more footage out of Tabriz as U.S. bombs strike targets. Let's watch. So, listen right at the start. There it is. You can hear the explosion right there. All right, hang tight. Hang tight. We're looking for updates. I see the super chats coming in. We will continue. All right, it looks like another area has been hit. Sarik has been hit along the coastline. Sarik has been hit along the coastline. So now what is that? We got 5 different cities that are being bombed right now. We got 5 different cities that have been bombed. So we are continuing at this hour, monitoring the situation. Oh boy. Hold on. Iran might just have bombed a ship. Iran might just have bombed a ship. This is coming in minutes ago. 5 minutes ago? Yes, 5 minutes ago, they've put out a warning. A ship off Oman in the Strait of Hormuz is engulfed in fire, likely meaning that it has been bombed. Likely meaning that it has been bombed. So they have bombed a ship, it appears. And there are more attacks underway. All right, another city has been hit. Kamarj has been hit. So we're up to 6 or 7 cities now. In real time, the United States military is absolutely obliterating targets. And then right here, aftermath of one of the explosions. You can see it there on your screen as the U.S. military is striking every target that it can find. This is crazy. Hang tight. We are checking to see. It appears Kuwait might have taken some hits. We are hearing that. Yes. So this is not the hits they might have just taken. This is earlier in the day. Multiple power generation and water desalination targets have been struck in Kuwait by Iran. This is crazy. We are watching. Okay, hold on. The U.S. Embassy has just released a warning for everyone in Bahrain that they have evidence that the Iranians are planning to do something in Bahrain, possibly the ground invasion. So right now, the U.S. State Department has put out a warning to everyone in Bahrain to be very careful about whatever could be coming from the Iranians. All right, we are checking for updates as they are rolling in. This is absolutely insanity at this moment. As wave after wave of strikes continue to roll in at this hour. All right, we're going to do some more super chats here as we wait for the next round of updates to come in. If my firstborn is on the USS Milius, Israel should be there, period. What type of ship is that? The USS Milius? Oh, an Arleigh Burke. Damn, your kid's on an Arleigh Burke guided missile destroyer. That's good for them. No, I agree. 100%. This is Heidi Robinson for $10. They went into this war with us. They don't get to sit it out. In my opinion, they don't get to sit it out. As long as our fighter jets are up in the skies and as long as we're getting shot at and we're getting blown up and we're losing people, they need to be right there with us. So, yes, also cheers to your firstborn serving their country. I have no doubt they're a patriot. Where are our NATO allies? We send them billions in a year. This is Patty Masterson's 12th man. The fact of the matter is, NATO ain't coming to help. Not because they don't want to. I'm sure, or not that some of them don't want to. I'm sure if you told Poland, hey, you want to get in on this, they would love to. But the problem is Poland doesn't have the ability to get there, right? They don't, as much as Poland loves to fight, it really wouldn't be advantageous for us. We could use some Navy assets from France. And the French did send an aircraft carrier, to be 100% fair. They did send an aircraft carrier that I think is somewhere by the Red Sea right now. But where are the Brits? Where the French, you can do more. And we've got to keep Poland locked in on Russia. We need Poland covering the eastern flank of NATO right now, serving as the biggest immediate deterrence to the Putin regime. So, yeah, I mean, our NATO allies, while they're capable of some, Turkey, they were saying was going to enter the war on the side of Iran. There were reports that if the Kurds went in as the ground force in Iran Turkey was going to go in against the Kurds on the side of the Iranian government. What great allies the Turkish government is, right? Absolute clown show. We got Jeremy Ray, 1573. How long can we sustain this level of attack on Iran? They're just going to try and outlast us, so the IRG's throat must be cut. And yes, Israel needs to show up. A lot of you want to see Israel back in the fight. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that people understand the basics of this in the sense of you can't start a war and then sit it out and let us do all the fighting. If they got to take some missile hits, they got to take some missile hits. But we could use their F-35s that we sold them right about now. We could use every plane we can get to sustain the bombardment. How long can we sustain this level of attack? What they call mowing the grass approach. We can sustain this indefinitely. Indefinitely. Now, is that smart? Is it smart? I don't know. I don't know if a mow the grass strategy is smart, but in terms of this scale of bombing, we can do that indefinitely. Okay, hold on. Breaking in. I'm going to get it up on the screen for you all. All right, we have more. Where'd it go? Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. I'm going to get it up on the screen. We have Iranian ballistic missiles are in the air. Iranian ballistic missiles are in the air. Multiple launches from Loristan. At this hour, Iranian ballistic missiles are in the air. We are now holding tight to see where those missiles could be going. We are holding tight, but Iranian ballistic missiles are in the air. So this situation continues at this hour to be brutally violent. Missiles flying in all directions. Okay, hang tight. We'll know where those missiles are going in about 10 to 15 minutes. So stick with me here. I'm looking for updates as they come in. Hang tight. All right, I'm going to pull this down briefly. We got a lot of super chats. We might have to go up to a $10 floor. If you already got it in at $5, I will obviously read it. But we're getting a ton. I need to find out where I was. Okay, hold on. We got a new member, Faith Flag Freedom. Thank you very much for joining the membership. Word on the street is that Dark Eagle is now on station. $20. Thank you very much. Skeech Tubby Tube, $20. And yes, it is. Dark Eagle. For those of you who don't know, Dark Eagle is a missile system. It is a highly advanced new missile system. It is a long-range hypersonic weapon. And yes, the Dark Eagle is in theater. It is active, and it is being used, is my understanding. That is all 100% accurate. Hold on. I'm getting some information in. Hold on. Hang tight. All right, I'm getting information in. I'm going to wait to get confirmation of what that is. But yes, Dark Eagle, a highly sophisticated weapon system, is in on the fight. All right, Wayne Kennison back for $10. I find it absolutely hilarious that the IRGC cries out war crimes against the United States when they openly and pridefully committing war crimes for decades. Yeah, they're idiots. They're idiots. Some of you are saying that is the audio working? Is the audio working? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Is the audio working for you all? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. And if it's okay, the audio is good. Okay. I don't know what happened there. If you guys see that or something, if something goes out with the audio, just let me know in the chat. Yeah, the IRGC, as Trump said, they're scum. They're scum. They murdered their own people, mowed down tens of thousands of people, innocent protesters. They're all gone. They're all dead. They execute protesters. They bomb civilian targets constantly, and then they cry about us and what we do. The United States of America is the most moral army on the planet by orders of magnitude. We go out of our way. We almost fight with one hand behind our back to protect civilian life because that's what separates us from everyone else. And anyone who disagrees with that, quite frankly, has no idea what they are talking about. So I couldn't care less what the IRGC says. I think they're animals, and if they want to come hunt me down and try to silence me, I'd suggest they bring a lot of friends because I'm not easy to kill, and I'm not going to go quietly. The IRGC, get just an absolute clown show that is the IRGC. Just evil scumbags. All right, we got $10 from Steffi. I have a grandson who is a ranger, and he told me he's tired of picking his nose without saying it. I know what he is saying. He's a blooded warrior. That's right. Unleash the dogs of war. Cut them loose. Let them do what they're trained to do. Protect this country. Defeat the enemy. The Army Rangers are one of the most badass military units in the world. They're probably a top 3 most badass military unit in this country. You know, you've got Delta Force, you got SEAL Team 6. I'd put the Army Rangers in terms of just overall badass level. They're right there with those two. They're right there with those two. Because whenever we got to go do something incredibly dangerous, you're sending, a tier 1 unit, but you know who you're always sending with them? You're sending the Army Rangers. So I love the Army Rangers. We should all be very grateful that those guys are on our side. All right. Give me a second here. As I look at something, we are watching. Wow, $100, trucking it up, $100. Thank you very much. That is huge. That's, again, guys, like I told you before, everything you send goes right back into the show. It is very expensive to run this. We have streaming software. We've got all these programs we need to pay for, and I do this because I love it, and this helps keep the lights on. If a piece of equipment breaks, I'm able to then go purchase new equipment and things of that nature. So $100, that goes a long, long way. We do have, again, we're doing $10 and up now, but this was in before that. So I said I would read it. Anything that was in before that. Just a quick thought. I know we can't hit the missiles inside the mountain. However, we can drop a few on the exit roads. No road, no launch. That's kind of what I think they're trying to do. They just got to figure out where they all are. And then they can bomb the entrances. They can put a missile clean through the front door, hopefully cave it in. And at a minimum, that forces the Iranians to spend time digging them out. And that is a great plan, and that's what we have been doing. Just don't even let them be able to get them out of the mountains. Cave in everything. So good idea. Eagles fan Clark, one of the biggest supporters of the show. Mark Farmer, again, it was in before the $10 minimum, so of course I'm going to read it. Is Dusty a Manchester or a Minpin? He's a Minpin. He's 14 years old. He's a 14-year-old Minpin. So, yes, 14-year-old Minpin. Hold on. Something just came in. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Holding. We're getting information in. We're getting information in at this hour. All right. We hear about American casualties fast, but not IRGC casualties. Are there too many to count? Hopefully, estimated number. Well, Iran doesn't release casualty information pretty much ever. Pretty much never. And there are a lot. We have killed probably upwards of 5,000 IRGC members, minimum, maybe more. But Iran's just going to lie. You can't trust a word they say. You can't trust a word they say. I appreciate everything you do. We need to finish the job. If we don't stop them, they will produce a nuke and it will become another North Korea. BRICS is our enemy no matter what. Yeah, this is the North Korea comparison. That's Sam Linton for $10. Thank you very much. The North Korean comparison is very accurate because we can't really do much about North Korea now, short of a full-scale war. Because once you get the bomb, you're pretty much untouchable. You're pretty much untouchable. So It is very, very similar to the North Korean situation. And that is why we must get the job done. We must get the job done. We must win. All right, this is $5 for Samuel Cruz. This is for my pre-order, getting the Warheads on Foreheads, Dusty, Plush EPS. I'm not the Sam you nuked off the chat earlier. Oh, I know you're not. I saw that guy. If you come in here and you play stupid games, you will win stupid prizes. So, again, I think I'm going to I'll make a shirt. We'll do a giveaway. We'll kind of gauge interest. I don't even know how much it costs to make shirts or how much I would, sell them for. But the fact that you guys love the Dusty the Dog shirt makes me very, very happy. Now I'm checking for updates. To see what we got going on. Okay, we do have multiple explosions. We now have a new city that's been hit. We have a new city that has been hit. So Jask has now also been hit. The bombing started at 3:05 local time. Heavy explosions. Dozens of bombs were dropped in Sarik. According to witnesses on the ground, dozens of bombs have been dropped on Sarik. So they are pounding and chipping away at this hour as we continue to bomb them back into the Stone Age. So dozens of bombs on just one target against the Iranian regime as we loosen up. Okay, we got more. There's been explosions in Bashir now. Explosions in Bashir. So I'm losing count of how much stuff we're blowing up right now. They are hitting literally everything they can find. Everything they can find following the killing of 4 American heroes. It is time for payback, and we are getting payback right now. All right, we got a lot more super chats. We got Deborah gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Deborah. That's huge for the channel. Thank you very much. We got George Alcaraz. David, we should hit water plants and should we hit water plants and energy infrastructure in Iran? Won't this cause more suffering for the innocent Iranians? Well, Iran's only gets less than 10% of its water through desalination plants. It's not like the other Gulf countries. They actually have a really good water infrastructure, so that wouldn't even accomplish much. The power plants. Let's talk about the power plants. Why should you hit the power plants? You hit the power plants that you can directly determine are tied to the military operations. So any power plant that has what's called dual use, which means it does have a civilian use, but it also has a military use, you take it out so that the bases, the military bases, don't have power. Command and control doesn't have power. Will it cause short-term suffering for the people of Iran? It will, and we have to be honest about that. But the long-term payoff could be huge. It could free the people of Iran. So no point in hitting the water plants in Iran because it won't make any difference whatsoever. There is significant uses to hitting the power plants. So thank you very much for the $10. Great question. And I think this is the last $5 chat we got before we stamped in we got one more before we stamped in the new minimum. Why is Israel no longer involved? We've been talking about this. It's because likely they lack the air defenses, and if they start bombing, Iran will start shooting at them, and we will have to divert resources to do that. So essentially, Trump has told them, stay out of this for now. I'm sure it's much more complicated than that behind closed doors, but as I've made it crystal clear, I think they 1,000% should be in on the fight. We got Madman MS. Trump hasn't greenlit Israel to rejoin. Israelis want in. Well, the Israeli citizens might want in, but that doesn't do anything to change the realities of their air defense situation. They need to build more interceptors as fast as they can. We got Keegan Blakemore for $5. Europe is lost. I would 100% support us, the United States, leaving NATO. Yeah, it's disappointing. I was in Europe a couple months ago. Some beautiful places in Europe. Also some places that ain't worth visiting at all, but you have a couple members in NATO that pull their weight. I always talk about Poland, who I think pound for pound does more for NATO than any other country other than the United States of America. And then you have a bunch of deadbeats who are living off the money of the American taxpayer. It's a nuanced conversation, but it is a frustrating conversation. We got Alabama Buckeye. How are you, an Alabama and an Ohio State fan? That's interesting. Late to feed, so sorry I've mentioned. Did you hear about an earthquake in Iran this morning? This is not the first seismic activity has been detected shallow underground. Could the IRGC be testing nukes? I did hear about that earthquake. That was literally my first thought. But we have no proof as of me filming this that is what happened. But generally, when you test a nuke, when you test a bomb like that, you get seismic activity that looks like an earthquake happened. So I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but I will tell you that was my first thought. My first thought was, okay, interesting, but it also, they get a lot of earthquakes in Iran anyways. It is a very earthquake heavy country, but definitely something we will be monitoring. And Deborah has joined the channel. Thank you very much. We got David Webb gifted a membership. And then we got right here, we got Nika Pets All Wadiki. Man, I probably butchered that, and I really, really, really apologize. IDF has restrictions from Trump to fight Hezbollah. All I hear them saying is we are ready and loaded. They want to fight. Good, then Trump should let them fight. Trump should let them fight. Let them get in the fight. Let them get in the fight then. All right, Deborah is back. Dusty and David forever. It makes my heart very warm that you guys love Dusty, and he's become part of the community. He's become part of the family. It's crazy that he's 14 years old. He looks good for 14, for sure. So he looks good for how old he is. All right, we've got more bombing footage. Thank you very much, Deborah, for the super chat. Hold on one second. All right, this is Keshem Island. So Keshem Island has been hit again. You can see the flashes in the distance. So massive, massive explosions and flashes in the distance. Also, if you're just joining us, please make sure you like the video. We got over 10,000 people watching this right now, and we've only got 6,700 likes. So if you haven't liked the video, let me go in there, like the video, and make sure you are also subscribed to the page. All right, another wave of U.S. strikes is underway. Another wave of U.S. strikes is underway. More fighter jets are in the air, targeting Chabahar, Sistan, and Baluchistan province. So the next wave of U.S. strikes has launched. So we launched the first wave at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The second wave is now underway. So the second wave of strikes is now underway. We are going as hard as we can against the Iranian regime, and it's a good thing that we are. It is a good thing that we are. Hold on, we might have more updates coming in. Okay, we've got more footage. An Iranian surface-to-air missile system, their air defense system, took a direct hit and is on fire and burning. So you can see it right there. That is a sophisticated surface-to-air missile system, either provided by Russia or China, that has been hit. We are knocking them out all over the place. All right, we got more super chats. Our House 302. Do you think Israel is sitting out because I can't read that on YouTube without getting in trouble? That Trump made them stand down previously, so now they're trying to prove a point, or maybe Trump is trying to keep them fresh till he gives them the green light. Thoughts? So yeah, I think it's option 2 there. I think it is that we are waiting for their air defenses to be fully reconstituted and have enough interceptors to where we don't have to pull our interceptors off and focus on them. We can focus on ourselves. Now, are they a month from that? Are they 2 weeks from that? I don't know. But like I said, there's a lot of moving parts here. Why Israel is sitting it out, I'm sure, they've made their calculus, but I'd like to see them get back in the fight, seeing as how this whole thing did start and we were going in together. All right, we got James Bacon for 10 euros. No message attached. Thank you very much. Do you think China or Russia will come to the game? This is Danny for $10. Do you think Russia or China will come to the game? Obviously, Russia's tied up. I don't know how we helped out NATO with the Ukraine war, and they aren't part of it. No laughing at our military budget now. Yeah, no, our military budget is big because it needs to be big because we have a lot of threats. They're already helping. No, if you're asking, are they going to send troops? China and Russia are not going to send troops into Iran. They're not going to do that, but they will continue to send them air defense, critical parts for their missile system, and most importantly, they will continue to send them the coordinates to make sure their missile strikes are as accurate as possible to kill as many Americans as possible. But they will not send troops. They will not send troops. That's not going to happen. So hold on. We might have more information coming in. We are looking to see what is coming in. I didn't realize it was going to be this chaotic of a night. Hold on. I don't know what I accidentally just hit. Hit the wrong button. All right. We got Brant Smith for $20. No message attached. Thank you very much. We got Hartsada became a member. Thank you very much. Brant Smith back. The 101st Airborne and Army Rangers have always wanted a Pickaxe Mountain, and the Marines would love a Karg Island to relax on. Let's go. Yeah, well, if we take Karg Island, probably the Marines that will do it. If we take Pickaxe Mountain, probably going to be a lot of the 82nd Airborne, 101st Airborne, the Army Rangers, and then you would have some Tier 1 elements, whether that's SEAL Team 6 or Delta Force. It could be interchangeable, one or the other. I don't know. They're both amazing at what they do. One way or another, we're taking those islands and we're taking Pickaxe Mountain. And as Trump said, there's not a damn thing the Iranians can do about it. The military power we are watching right now, this is why we need to be doing this. This is what we should have been doing the entire time. And I'm glad to see it's happening. Better late than never. All right, we got JW38. I agree we should be taking out every possible path for rearming from the commies. Railways, runways, airports, bridges, harbors, power plants, communications. God bless America and our soldiers. And I think that's what you're seeing right now in real time, I think is what is happening. They're now targeting all of that stuff. They're going for broke, essentially. All right, we got more. This is the reported footage out of Sistan. You can see the flames burning after the U.S. bombs impacted right there. So the U.S. keeping its foot on the gas. And then Trump saying, we hit Iran very hard again tonight. Hit Iran and honor the patriots who died. So there you go. We are hitting them. And then right here, bottom of the screen, the IRGC compound and Commerge has been taken out as well. So we are directly bombing IRGC command and control and their compounds. So yes, to your point of taking everything out, well, we've started the process of doing that. We got Fat Finger Racing for $10. Do we not possess a non-nuclear A-bomb like the one we used in Japan? Why are we spending millions on these little bombs and not just drop the big one and be done? It goes back to the precedent stuff about what we don't want to do. We don't want to give Russia, China, North Korea, or any other new country a green light to also use them. We have the Moab. We got the MOP, the GBU-57. That's a 30,000 pounder. That's what they used on Fort Owen and Natanz last summer. So we have some very, very powerful bombs. Why we're using the ones we're choosing to use is, all right, hold on. Another place has been hit. Western Azerbaijan province, Iran, the Takabab suburbs have been hit. They have been hit. So that's like city number 9 at this point that is being bombed. That is city number 9 by my count. Absolutely insane situation unfolding. So we're more likely to answer your question. We got the GBU-57. We have a variety of bunker busters. Mountains are a different beast, though. And you might have to take them with boots on the ground. And that is obviously something that the president is weighing very, very, very seriously at this hour. All right, stay with me. We are waiting to see what is coming next. And we're going to bang out some super chats while we do. Keep up the great work, Dave. This is Bob's story, $10. Send in the B-52s. I agree. Send them in. Rock and roll them. Send in the B-2s, the B-52s, the B-1s. Hit them with everything we got. David Webb for $15. How can we as your fan family support your mom's charity and have her make the hats and shirts for us to purchase? Great respect for all you do. Love, Dusty. I will talk to her and see what she can do. For those of you who don't know, my mom makes clothing that then the proceeds go to cancer victims. I believe mostly child cancer victims. So if you purchase something from her, it's, you know, she doesn't have like a big clothing operation. It's a small thing. She makes very specific things, a lot of patriotic stuff. She made the Dusty the dog shirt for me, and then all the money goes, or the profit or whatever, once you subtract whatever it costs to supplies and all that stuff, she donates it to kids with cancer, kids who have lost their hair. They get special hats. I will talk to her and ask what can be done and what her capacity is to do that. Let me see if I can find. If she, I don't even know if she has a website, to be honest with you. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find where it is. Yeah. Okay. So she gives free hands to cancer patients. So I don't want to put it on the screen because there's kids, the cancer victims are in it, and I don't want to get dinged by YouTube for showing children, even though it would be for a good cause. I will talk to her and see what she can do. And I know she makes some really cool stuff, and we'll see what she can do about that. Like she makes some, I didn't even know she made these. She makes hunting hats now. Very cool. All right. So yes, I will get back to you. I will let you all know. Half-ass Homestead, $10. Trump and Bibi are on the phone with each other on a daily basis. That is 100% correct. 1,000% correct. And I do think, to be clear, I do think the Israelis are going to be back in this sooner than later, as in within possibly the coming days, depending on the reporting that is out there. I think Israel is going to come back into this. I think Trump is going to look to escalate. I think Trump is going to look to broaden this as much as possible. And then at that point, I think that's when you'll see the Israelis come in and hopefully start dropping bombs all over the place, backing up the United States of America as the war continues to rage on. So yes, you are 100% correct. They do talk every day. All right, we got Danny back for $10. So now that President Trump made his nationwide speech Thursday calling out China, what do you think they'll do? China and North Korea have big parades, but none of their men have seen actual combat. Yeah, our people have actual experience for the past 25 years. We've been fighting wars for 25 years. China has not. North Korea sent some people to Ukraine. They sent about 12,000 guys to Ukraine. Not that that's enough to make a difference whatsoever. I don't know. Sanctions, maybe. I think the real thing they could do is sanctions. I don't think we're going to bomb China over it. We're not going to start a nuclear exchange over it. I think you could see the U.S. sanction them, maybe some cyber attacks, things of that nature. But I don't think you're going to see, we're not going to war with China over that. Now, we might be going to war. We might be going to war with China, and but not over that. Okay, hold on. We've got comments from President Donald Trump. President Trump addressing the bombings. So sanctions, to answer your question, the most likely would be sanctions and cyber attacks. So right here, you might have to turn it up a little bit, but President Trump announcing the new wave of strikes. Let's watch.
Well, we feel very badly, but you know, those great people, those great patriots were out there fighting that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran has been very, very badly damaged. They've lost everything almost militarily. They've got very little left. They've got some missiles. They've got some drones. They've got some manufacturing ability, not much. We control the strait. They don't control anything. So we'll see what happens. But we hit them very hard again tonight. And we did that in honor of the probably three. It's probably three as opposed to two. Great patriots.
So that right there
Well, we feel very bad.
is President Trump addressing the situation on the ground in Iran, the new wave of strikes, saying that we hit them hard and will continue to hit them hard at this hour. All right, I'm going to check the map. I'm going to check the map as we come in here to see what the airspace situation is. Hang tight. Hold tight with me here. I don't know why it's doing that, but hold on. All right, let's look. It appears the skies of Iran are mostly empty. There could be one plane that is airborne, but nothing to show at this moment. Brant Smith for $20. We are softening the targets. About to have Marines tanning on Karg Island and the 101st Airborne having a vacay in Pickaxe Mountain. Also make merch. You may not know how much a shirt is, but make them. I'll buy one. Yeah. So to answer your first part, that's exactly what we're doing. We're hitting them all the way up the coastline through Hormuz into the Persian Gulf. The whole coastline's getting annihilated. Why are we doing that? We're trying to push them back. We're trying to push them back off the coastline so that we can take Karg Island, we can take Keshem Island, we can take whatever we need to take. And you got to soften the target up. You want to take out all their air defenses, all their logistics, hit them wherever they are. And that is exactly what we are doing at this hour. We are annihilating them so that if we need to land the Marines, special operations, whatever it is, we have the capabilities in place to then go ahead and take those islands, facing as little resistance, hopefully facing as little resistance as possible. So yes, you are correct. And then for making merch, I think we're going to have to. I just need to figure it out. I am going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away a Dusty the Dog shirt. I need to figure out how to do the giveaway because I need to figure out how to verify who the winner is, because on YouTube, most people have screen names and I don't want someone DMing me on Instagram who was like, I'm the guy who won, and I don't know that. So I got to figure out a way to do it. But yes, we will at a minimum be giving away a Dusty the Dog shirt for sure. Are people saying in the chat that I'm on someone hoping that Iran kills me? Is this Jamie I write 1383? What is going on in the live chat right now? What is going? You guys want me to snipe him? You guys want me to snipe him? It looks like I might have to. Hold on. He's gone. He is gone. He just got nuked. Yeah, I mean, listen, the kill list is very real. I was talking to some government officials about it the other day. The kill list from Iran is very real, and we are taking it very seriously. And I'm still here, still filming. And here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to stop filming. I'm not going to stop speaking my mind, and I'm not going to stop calling out the IRGC. If they want to come here and try to take me out, let them try. We'll see how it goes. And if they do and they succeed, well, then I just gave Trump another reason to bomb the hell out of Iran. But we got Dusty here. We got Dusty the guard dog now. We do take some, without getting into specifics, we do take some significant security precautions because you got to remember, I've pissed off a lot of bad people. It ain't just the Iranians. I've pissed off the cartels. I've pissed off the Venezuelan criminal thugs. I've pissed off a lot of people. I get threats all the time. I would say less than 5% of them get taken seriously or reported to the authorities. And then the rest of them, I mean, we have had to do that because some of the threats are bad. And you know, But I don't really like talking about that too much more than that. I hate people. I hate people who bitch and moan about getting death threats. It'll be fine. It'll be fine one way or another. All right. Next up, we got Shannon Stevens for $10. Thank you very much. We got JW38. He's back with $10. American Patriots are the reason we can sleep in peace every night. Love our soldiers. God bless all of them. Snipe Kent Clark from the chat, by the way. Where's Kent Clark? Kent Clark? I'm looking for Kent Clark. All right, Sniper's been activated. What's he saying? Let me know in the chat what's he saying. He's laughing at dead Americans? He's gone. When I find him, he's gone. When I find him, he is gone. I'm looking. Hang with me. Hang with me. We'll find him. We will find him. I guarantee we will. Just give me a second. I'm looking for him. Keep your chats coming in while I find this loser, and we'll burn him down. The order's been given. I can't find him. Did he go into hiding? Where is he? Where is he? Yeah, he's hiding. Now he's hiding. Now he's hiding. I will keep an eye on him. I'm looking for him, guys. I'm looking for him. It's like the hunt for Osama bin Laden. It's like the hunt for Osama bin Laden. I'm looking for him. Call him out. Oh, people are saying he left. Yeah, he ran away. He ran away. What a coward. What a coward. Absolute morons. All right, I'm going to keep an eye open for him. If you guys see him coming in, just let me know. Because it looks like he is gone. Hold on one second. I got information coming in. All right, we got another super chat. Oh, man, you always get me in trouble with your screen name. We got Ted Bundy's Volkswagen. Think that we should get the Israelis back into the fight. Personally, I say use them as the additional cleanup crew. Could use the extra planes. They actually showed up, unlike Europe. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot. We talked about that a lot. So they will get back into it. It's a little frustrating now, but like I said, I'm sure it's very nuanced. We got Half-Assed Homestead for $10. Told you before I can mod for you. I sent you an Instagram message. Okay, here, let me find it real quick. My Instagram messages have been out of control lately. Let me find you. Let me make sure I didn't miss it. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm looking for it. Can you reping it? Reping the Instagram message so it goes back to the top. To make sure that just reping it. And I will, it was on Instagram, you said, reping it, send it to the top, and then we'll figure out a way to get that done. My Instagram messages are a mess right now. Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm seeing it. It might have gone to spam, or unless I am looking at the wrong thing right now. Oh, I see it. Hang tight. Hang tight. All right. I just responded to you. Just responded to you. I need to check something out. So stay with me. We got more information coming in at this hour. All right, we've got more strikes on Sariq. We've got more strikes on Sariq. So there we go. There you go. We've got more strikes underway at this hour. All right, there we go. I'm looking right now what is going on. So yes, I just half-ass Homestead. I responded to you on YouTube. And if you're down to moderate and help get these guys out of here, help get the clown show out of here, I am happy to get that done. Okay, what do we got? Let's check for updates. Let's check for updates. All right, I just sniped someone else. Pickle is gone. Pickle is gone. Pickle is gone. So yeah, we're knocking them out. If you're going to say something stupid, you're getting knocked out. Pickle's been sniped. Pickle has been sniped. All right, we're looking for updates as they're coming in. All right, Kuwait's been hit. Kuwait might have just been hit. We have multiple explosions in Kuwait. It appears Kuwait has been hit. Okay, Kuwait has been hit. So we have incoming missile fire, it appears, into Kuwait at this moment. Incoming missile into Kuwait. So the Iranians are now firing back. The Iranians are now firing back. You guys are active in the live chat. I love to see it. Love to see it. All right. We got some more super chats. Slugworth 8111. We need merch. Like I said, I'll talk to my mom. Maybe we'll do a good cause. I will give away a Dusty shirt no matter what to somebody. I just need to figure out how we're going to do it. And then, like I said, my mom she made this hat. My mom made everything I'm wearing right now except my shorts. She made this blue shirt. Well, I'll pull this off. Hold on. It's got a nice little American flag on it. My mom made me this too. She made the hat. She made this. She made the Dusty shirt. My mom is pretty much my personal stylist at this point. I'm kidding, but she makes a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, we'll figure it out. If Israel can pull off PagerGate, 10 years to do, turn Israel loose, can we buy merch directly from your mom's website? Put me down to help mod for you as well. So we got Brant Spear that's going to mod as well. So I got 2 people now. Let me make a note of that. Let me make a note of that just so I have your screen name correct. And that way we can help keep this clean. All right. Antoine says we have a moron in the chat. We have a moron in the chat. That is right. We have a moron in the chat. We have a moron in the chat. So for those of you just joining us, make sure you're liking the video. And we can now report that Kuwait has been hit. Kuwait has been hit as the bombs and missiles continue to fly in at this hour. So Kuwait has taken what appear to be direct hits. And Make sure you're liking the video and make sure you're subscribed. Those are the biggest things. We got Brant Smith, U2Q. I love the thought of Turkey and the Middle East countries cleaning up Iran. We soften the targets, and then the neighbors clean up the neighborhood without the promised virgins. Well, unfortunately, Turkey is not going to help us do anything in Iran because Turkey, quite frankly, Erdogan likes the Iranians. And even though he's a member of NATO, which you would think would incentivize them, not so much. Not so much. So I am looking to see what we need right now. We are holding for updates. Holding for updates at this hour. Give me a second. We're looking for information coming in. We are looking. Is there another guy who needs to get gone? Who's Juan Nonsi? You guys are calling out. It's like you guys are my spotters. I'm the sniper. Who is Juan Nonsi and what is he doing? What is he doing? All right. Do I got to take him out? Are you guys saying take him out? It looks like you guys are saying he's got to go. Let me know if you need me to get rid of him. All right. It looks like people have had enough. He's gone. We engaged the target, and the target has been eliminated. All right. To make someone a mod, left click on their name in the chat, pop up, make managing mod. All right, let me try that. Whoops, almost hit the wrong button there. Let me see how to do that. Left click. Okay, it's really that easy? Hold on. I'll try it right now. We'll start with half-ass Homestead. I think I just did it. Did it work? All right, I just tried it. I just tried it with half-ass Homestead, and there was another guy in here as well who said he wanted to do it. So let me see if I can find Brant. Let me see if I can find them. So half-ass Homestead, you just got added. I'm looking to see where the other guy went. Hang tight. Huh. Give me a second, everyone. Just hang tight. I'm looking for where Brant Spear went in the chat, and I can't find him. I lost him. Hold on. All right, I'll find it. I'll find it eventually. All right, so yes, half-ass Homestead has been added as a mod. I wanted to do Brant too. All right, hang tight. We're looking for more stuff coming in. Okay, hold on. If you want to moderate, reach out to me on Instagram. We'll get a couple people who can maybe do it. I wish I could see where Brant Spear was, because he said he would do it. If you want to know, oh, I found him. I found him. Hang tight. Hang tight. I feel like there's a little bit of a lag right now. So I'm going to find where Brant is because he volunteered for this chat. I thought I just saw his message pop up, but oh, found him. All right. I'll add him as one too. All right. Don't delete anything that's, unless it's really, 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 really bad. So Brant, you just got your access. So Brant is locked in as well. We're out here drafting people. All right. Let's see what we got for updates. Let's see what we got for updates at this hour. Give me a second. Give me a second. We're looking. We're looking to see what updates we have coming in at this hour. Multiple different bombs have taken off, and we are looking to see where the next wave of strikes could be targeting. Oh, also, apparently, I want to show this. I think we had a drone shot down. I think we might have had a drone shot down. I need to find the video. Yes. So they might have gotten one of our drones. I'm going to put this on the screen. They might have gotten one of our drones. So I'm going to go full screen here. This is a Reaper. So that is a drone that they allegedly took down, a Predator drone that allegedly has been shot down. This is getting crazy. It's getting intense. It's getting crazy. We got Okie Dokie for $20. We shouldn't let up until they beg us to on live TV. And David, I'll mod for you as well. I'll take out the trash so you can focus on the important things. So why don't we do this? I've given it to two guys. We're going to give it to Okie Dokie. And then right there, we've got a couple people now who are lined up as the moderators. That way, you guys now have the ability to clean house. And if anyone's causing real problems, you let me know, and then you guys take care of business. And if we need more, we'll get more. But I think 3 right now is already a good start. So we got 3 of them. We got Sneaky Beach. Love your channel. You are my go-to for the real story. My son just graduated Navy Great Lakes. Quite a bit more school before a sub. Proud Navy mom. Great job multitasking, David. Well, here, cheers to your son joining the Navy. A couple of my close friends. One of my best friends is a naval officer. I got to see him at my wedding back in April. It's the first time I'd seen him actually in a while because he's out taking care of business. But cheers to your son. Going to be on a submarine. That's pretty cool. I'm so nerdy. I'm so nerdy that I just found this YouTube series where this old guy gives a tours of his submarine from back like in the 1970s. It's a Cold War submarine. And there's like 4 or 5 different videos. They're each like 20 minutes long or so. And I'm captivated by it. I'm a nerdy guy. I'm a massive nerd. Massive nerd. Huge nerd. And I don't apologize for it either. So congratulations to your son. He's out and going to do some great things for this country. We got Richard and Jess became a member. Thank you very much. So we are holding now. We are waiting to see what the Iranian response will be, if there will be a response tonight, or if we will wait, because remember, the sun's coming up over there right now. So they could be holding their fire for the moment. We don't know just yet. We don't know just yet, but we are watching and monitoring very closely. So we are hold tight. Everyone hold tight. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're looking, we're holding for information as it's coming in. Give me 1 second. All right. Are the moderators, are they doing a good job so far? Are they getting better? Wow, we got William Rice in for $50. Didn't even have a message attached to it. Thank you very much. That is huge. That is huge. Thank you very much. All right. I think we just set our moderator lineup. I just added Eagles fan Clark. So you guys, we got 4 people now who have the ability to keep things clean, get rid of the trolls, and make sure that we're taking care of business. So here's what we're going to do for the moderators, the rules of engagement. The rules of engagement. People are more than allowed to disagree with me. They're even allowed to call me an idiot if they want to. But if you're going to come in here and you're going to make fun of dead American heroes, if you're going to come in here and threaten my life, if you're going to come in here and tell me that you hope Iran kills me and that I'm on the kill list and that they get me, or you do anything that reaches that level, you're gone. You're going to get sniped. And I'm not going to lose 1 second of sleep. Now the sniper team just grew. It went from having 1 sniper to multiple snipers. So you guys are free to disagree with me. You are free to think that I am wrong about everything. But the fact of the matter is, I like disagreement. I think it's fun. But if you're going to come in here and threaten people or mock dead American soldiers, you're gone. Those are the rules of engagements. Mods will turn blue. You can make me one if you want. USA. Standard can't mod moderators. Managing can mod everything. I got to figure out what that means. But if you want to get added, we can probably make that happen. Well, now my computer's going slow. Give me 1 second. So mods will turn blue. You can make me one if you want. Standard can't mod moderators. Managing can mod everyone. So we've got a couple people now that are in the moderator lineup. It's the Delta Force of moderators. It's the Delta Force. I'm putting together a team. It's the Delta Force of moderators, the best of the best of the best. Yeah, YU American Wagyu, double Dusty Dog Dare You, trademark it. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. The funny thing is, Dusty might be the most famous min pin on YouTube. I don't know of a more famous min pin, and he doesn't even know he's famous. He just wants his treats. He just wants to lounge around on the couch at the age of 14, and he likes to steal food from my wife. That's the life he lives, and he's the happiest dog in the world living it. All right, we got Brandon Matlock, 2111, $10. Definitely prayers for the men and women who put their lives on the line. Prayers for the families. Prior B1 crew chief, thanks for all your time and dedication to inform us. God bless. Absolutely. Let's see some prayers in the chat. Let's see some prayers in the chat for the fallen. their families, their friends. We will honor them. We will remember them. We will not allow them to be forgotten. All righty. All righty. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got coming in? What do we got coming in? Holy cow. Hold on. Hold on. I am hearing that Kuwait has been hit hard. I just had a source reach out to me. I think Kuwait has been hit hard. I'm waiting for follow-up details. All right. I have reason to believe Kuwait has been hit hard. We knew the missiles were coming. We knew the drones were coming. I have reason to believe that we have been hit, that Kuwait has been hit hard. I'm standing by for more details. All right, Storm and Norman, 88 for $10. Have you watched any of the new World War II doc with Tom Hanks? Thanks for all you do. Prior U.S. Navy, BM3 Norman. I love that documentary. I'm watching it every Tuesday. I have to miss it. I catch the episodes on Tuesday. If you guys are not watching the new World War II documentary, it is incredible. It's on the History Channel. It is incredible. I cannot say enough good things about it. And I know it's crazy that we're talking about this after I said what I said about Kuwait. We are monitoring the situation with Kuwait, but it is incredible. It's 20 hours long, and I think 12 episodes might be out or so. So it's phenomenal. If you love history, if you love all that stuff, go ahead and check it out. And I promise you, you will not regret it. It is outstanding. I'm so happy someone brought that up. And remember, Tom Hanks made Band of Brothers, which I have right there. Also, for those of you who hadn't seen my football helmet yet, my new football helmet, my camo football helmet. Here, I'll back up so you can all see it. And it's a real helmet. Look, you can play in this thing if you want to. Here, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll in the live stream. New poll. All right, we just started a new poll. If you guys like the new football helmet, the camo football helmet. All right, hold on. I'm waiting to hear back. I'm waiting to hear back on my source, as we are now waiting to see what comes next. All right, we got EP Miller for $10. Thank you very much. Hold on, we're looking. All righty. So the sun is up in Iran. We are waiting to, or it's coming up. We are in a holding pattern to see if there are more missiles on the way, or if that is, or if the shooting has ceased, or if the shooting has ceased for the time being. So stick with me. We're holding tight as we wait to see what comes next. All right. How is the live chat doing now that we got some moderators? Let me know in the live chat right now if is the live chat better? Is the live chat better? Now, I'm trusting these moderators to not abuse their power. So, people are free to say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They can disagree with me. They can hate me. As long as they're not mocking dead American soldiers, as long as they're not saying disgusting things or despicable racism, anything like that, we're free to argue, but you're not free to be an anti-American piece of shit in my chat when it comes to dead American heroes. That is not going to fly. So yes, you guys are saying it's much better. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Well, the moderators are already out there taking care of business. Taking care of business. I think it's possible, but I don't know. I am waiting for more updates to come in. We might have a stoppage in the firing. So someone just asked me to show this video footage on the stream of an Israeli sub surfacing. So it says an Israeli submarine surfaced off the coast of Eilat in rare view of swimmers along the shore. It is operating in the area as part of its operational activity. So that is an Israeli submarine right there that surfaced out of nowhere. And someone asked if I'd be willing to put that on the live. We got Wendell Herndon. Looks like we will eventually go in Iran. Plus, we must get weapons to the Iranians to stand up to the IRGC. Nice job, David. I think we're going to the islands for sure. I think we're going to the islands for sure. I don't think there's any doubt about that whatsoever. The question is, do we go for a ground operation for the... I thought I had a poll running. Oh, I do. So you guys are saying 86% of you like the camo football helmet. Okay, we're going to do a new poll. All right, is the chat better now that we have moderators? The helmet is nice, but it needs a blue stripe down the middle instead of that W. We got C.R. Yetter. We are. You're talking about Penn State? I got my Badger helmet right there. Love the Badgers. I just wish they were good, which they're not. And I love, you know what? The Big Ten right now, the Big Ten is in a very healthy place. It's in a very, very healthy place in terms of the conference. We got a lot of really good teams. So always happy to hear about a fellow Big Ten fan. 95% of you are saying the chat is better. All right, we got Mr. EK Ram. Thank you, David. Awesome work for $10. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, I think we might be at a stoppage. It looks like all sides right now could possibly be in a stoppage of fire. So it appears, I'm going to do one last check. If you got any last minute questions or comments, let me know. Now is the time to do it. Hold on. Has another oil tanker been hit? Hold on. It appears another oil tanker might be hit. I'm looking. I don't know if it's the previous one. We are hearing reports that another tanker might be hit. So yes, it's possible. I don't know if this is the one from earlier, but it does appear a second tanker might be hit. We know one has been hit for sure. So we are waiting, watching and watching to see what comes next. Alrighty. I think for now it appears the shooting might be over for the night. So here's what we're going to do. And guys, actually, here's what I'm also thinking about doing this. So I'm going to do a shirt giveaway. But something else I'm thinking about doing, and I want to know what you guys think in the live chat. So I want to see a lot of reactions in the live chat. Because we've got some space here in the background that we can put cool stuff. There's 2 rules of life. Do cool things, look cool while doing it. Rule 1, do cool things. Rule 2, look cool while doing it. I'm thinking if you're a viewer, a fan of the show, and you have a really cool something that you'd want in the background, I think we might do a rotating guest spot somewhere on the shelves where you can send something really cool and we'll show it off for a show. And that will be like it's the fan spot of the live stream. So if you guys think that's a cool idea, let me know. And, people are saying you should get an American flag. I should get an American flag back there. That is actually a really good idea. I can't believe I haven't thought about that before. So yeah, that is what we are doing. Hold on, hang tight. Hang tight, everyone. We got a new member of the show, Joel Sloan 67. All right, guys. It appears at this moment that the shooting has ended for the time being. So what I'm going to do is we're probably going to call this a night right now. Dusty's 14 years old. I got to take him outside to make sure he gets his exercise in and does what he needs to do outside. The moderators, I think, are doing an amazing job. 93% of you are voting that the moderators are doing a great job. So thank you very much. And guys, as always, thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you very much for that and spending your Sunday night with me. I'll be back Monday with the regular programming. We'll probably have another Tuesday night live as we bang these things out. So thank you all. I appreciate all the moderators who stepped up, who cleaned up the chat, did an awesome, awesome job. So thank you to the moderators. And we've got one last chat. We got one last super chat for $20. Hold on. He said, add me to mod. DM me on Instagram. DM me. Everyone who's been added as a moderator is DM me on Instagram. That way we can figure out the rules. And I know who is who. So DM me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will then get you added as well. So thank you very much, guys. As always, take care. Awesome Sunday night. I'll see you all next time. Stay safe. Pray for our fallen heroes. And thank you very much for watching.